Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is to me, you know exactly what happened up Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened up Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Despite of the many challenges in Liberia, poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment, the question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address the private jet issue. My response will not go down well. As Dario Dela, who campaigned against private jet, the use of private jet against President William, I want to publicly apologize to President William. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think how they can build and develop their country? How can 178-year-old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K. Oke and Princess Elessa Vante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9. Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is to me, you know exactly what happened up Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened up Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Despite of the many challenges in Liberia, poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment, the question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this private jet issue. My response may not go down well. As Dario Dela, who campaigned against private jet, the use of private jet against President William, I want to publicly apologize to President William. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joseph Boakai, and his men to try to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178-year-old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? Answer these questions plus many more. John K. OK and Princess Alessa Vante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9. Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is to me, you know exactly what happened up Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened up Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not.
Alessa Vante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
And guess what? The people come up here. How we eat here with me? The son of me, get a husband as decision is taken from people. I was there to we didn't like it. Yes,
I just wanna ask you one question that we need to rescue. Not give him the people what they want, then you say you do the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. The people they're not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you to us. You hear me claim, so you will be the evil on your experience. But why you to us? So why the rest? No job, no food, no on the table. No just for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest assured your kids can't go. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping for the people, what they want to do. Tell me why the people vote me for. The people are here to stay. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question that will you be the rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. People they're not like you. You say you are going to change things, but we're not seeing changes. Promises you pay you on your rescue thing. We're not seeing changes. You made it whole everybody into two. Unity and unity party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of it, I giving people suffering. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of it, I giving people suffering. Tell me who you rather give a rescue now. You know your rescue team. I said, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now will you give the rescue? Not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. The people they're not like you.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Khan Oliver Kine, Princess Alessa Vante Colley, and Jerome Roosevelt. I'm able lieutenant here on this 2-hour program. Right here on 87.9. There are too many things happening in the country.
You wish haunting.
The last time we told all of us to keep praying for this country.
You wish haunting.
It was a very serious issue we saw coming.
Tell me who you rather give the
Hopefully,
you and your
Liberia will triumph over this particular temptation coming in our way.
I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you give the rest?
But again, it will require serious-minded leadership from those in power.
Give the rest. Let me ask
Breaking news.
the rest. The people say now.
The National Public Health Institute of Liberia, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, has informed the Liberian people that about 16 individuals are being closely monitored, for the COVID-19 situation. They've been monitored. 16 individuals who came from East Africa, somewhere between Ethiopia, Uganda, and the rest of the other places. Congo are being closely monitored for the EBV virus to know exactly as to whether they are positive or showing greater signs and symptoms. Too many things happening. After the lady was arrested, by state security forces for spreading an information that was given to her by Josiah Joker's wife. Today, the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, NPO for short, is announcing that 16 individuals, including 3 Liberians, returning from East Africa, specifically around the Uganda, Kenya, Ethiopia, and other places, are being closely monitored by the health surveillance team in Liberia. And they have been monitored to know exactly whether they are down with the not COVID, but Ebola virus disease. If this is troubling, if this is worrisome, we pray that this is not going to happen. We saw what this thing, did to us when Joe Barker was vice president, Ellen was president in this country. We saw what Ebola did to our country. We saw what happened to our country during that particular era. Today, we are praying that all of those 16 individuals will be free of the Ebola virus disease, the EBD. We are hoping that will be the situation. Can you guys free the lady who was arrested? Oh yes, we are told that she was released on bail. Can you drop all of the charges because what she said is coming to fruition? The lady said people are being monitored. People came from Uganda, and she was told by Josiah Joker's wife her only crime is to tell her fellow health workers who are supposed to be on their alert. Can the government drop all of the nonsense charges against this lady so that we can jointly fight this particular virus, whether it is here or not, so that we start the preparatory stages of our precautionary measures? Too many things happen in the country. We are begging you people, do not treat this whole Ebola situation like the Guinea border. That you will deny the Guinea soldier in there, but the people in Foya can access their farmland. We do not want a situation where you will say no Ebola here, and by the time we know it, people start to die from Ebola before you come and meet. We need a very responsible government and not a government that will keep playing politics when she's supposed to be leading the charge, when she's supposed to be administratively and mentorally presiding over the affairs of the country. We will not accept it. And so on today's edition, we're going to be spending more time on that conversation, on the conversation about the discovery and pronouncement that was made by MPhil. 16 human beings they're looking at. They made a monitoring 16 persons to know exactly whether they got not COVID. Why do I keep saying COVID? To see whether they got Ebola. You see, we already forgot about Ebola. And here we are, 16 individuals are being monitored. How did they enter our country? Where they screen at the airport. It has been over 2 months since Congo has been reporting the issue of COVID, Ebola cases. I think I need to have some water. It has been over 2 months since Congo has been reporting Ebola cases. Why did our government leave the airport open?
You say you keep the rest.
Why did they leave the airport without proper screening mechanism?
They're not like you.
By right, those entering the country should be subjected, especially those whose travel history
Promises you
will have route to East Africa.
stay.
Should have been placed in a particular screening process.
See,
There should be a mandatory screening for all those whose route will have history to East Africa.
that what they have given people suffering.
But again,
SARS,
our both people government did not take that into consideration.
giving people suffering.
Again,
Tell me who you are.
our Djibouti government did not take that into consideration.
Say, oh, it's a rescue.
The government has said to know it all,
I just wanna
master of all,
know who you keep the rescue.
jack of everything, master of none.
People what they want, then you say
Our government I know all the book, all the sense. They said they won't get it.
it's a rescue.
They could not put any simple thing in place, especially when the issue in Congo has been routed over and over. We expected them to have had a particular screening room at the Ravos International Airport and other major crossing point in the country, specifically for passengers whose travel history will be connected to the Eastern African region. My name is Kai. Josiah Melvin Cole of Bond County, the representative, is calling for the immediate dismissal of Josiah Jokai, the man whose wife was able to tell the nurses about taking precautions. So the Joka family today in Liberia, the family is in the news for all of the different reasons. One in the news for Ebola situation, the other one in the news for dismissing people and doing the same thing for which he dismissed people. And so Marvin Cole is requesting that Josiah Jokai be dismissed from his position because he is violating the very code of conduct that was used as a basis for making other Liberians homeless and jobless. We're going to talk more about all of those issues. Join the conversation at about now. My name is Kai. And breaking news, JFK suspends nurse Paola Bidel over alleged Ebola-related audio leak. So you see it? So not only are they not ashamed of themselves, they went ahead to suspend the lady. But again, MPhil is informing us that they are monitoring 16 cases, but they suspended the lady. The Book People government will continue to confuse us. We are just praying that they don't ruin this country into a mess. Like they are carelessly handling the border issue, we are hoping that they will not jeopardize the health of our country. We are hoping that they will not play politics and jeopardize the safety of Liberian people. Too many things at stake. We're going to have all of those conversations right here on the platform. Star 255 star 1 hash is the code for those of you who are playing the cash giveaway. $50 Liberian to play. The more you play, the better your chances are. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you our sponsors and subsequently the main topic right here on the People Station. Star 255 star 1 hash. Star 255 star 6 hash for Orange. Star 255 star 1 hash for Lone Star Cell MTN. We take a break to be right back.
When they set it to inferior, keeping us safe, stopping crime for all of our.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bring safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stop crime and make it good for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. They set it to inferior. Keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of our. The people bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and make it.
Okay, stopping crimes is the business of Crime Stoppers Liberia. Tomorrow is Ibrahim Day. Alexa, Jerome, good afternoon.
Hello. Yeah, I wonder what 10:30 is going to
my artist. Anyway, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, and I would like to say welcome to Freedom Hub. We have a lot to talk about today. Yesterday we started, and obviously we're going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. A lot is happening in the country. People are being, you know, people are very confused at this point in time, just based on developing stories from one sector to another. And I think the most trendy one is with the Ministry of Health as well as the National Public Health Institute of Liberia. So we're obviously going to talk about this. And yesterday we didn't get to basically discuss Josiah Jukai's, hypocrisy at the event hosted over the weekend. So we're going to talk about that as well today. And yeah, on we go. Hi, Jerome, what's up?
Yes, welcome to those of you. I didn't hear you talk about good morning.
I said good morning, good
I'm
afternoon, good evening.
concentrated on something else.
Are you okay? Are you in the spirit of what's happening?
No, when you
Or you're thinking of your bestie?
no, I'm not concentrating on anything. I'm just wondering
Uh-huh.
why people disregard the reality of life, which is to speak to.
That's a problem.
Yeah, and yes, it's another day, Tuesday, the day just right after Monday, the day before Wednesday. But we are here once again, and would like to say thank you. Those of you uh, driving home, those of you under that tree at your home in your room contemplating. Yes, another breach is ahead of us. Jana Chaklacha.
And I think we have a very packed menu today. Oliver, talked
Yeah.
about all the things we're talking about, and whilst he was introducing the show, breaking news: the nurse has been suspended.
Mm.
So I'm sure we're also going to talk about that because she was released on bail yesterday to her lawyer. We're going to talk
Wow,
about that.
suspended for speaking the truth or
No,
putting out
they
an information.
they always suspended pending investigation. But I sent the where sent. We're going
Okay.
to read that as well.
Okay.
But we have a lot to talk about because where the country is going,
Hmm.
as I always say, I don't know where we're going, but
Yeah.
we are going.
Yeah. So someone said that in 2009.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we were opposite the United Nations headquarters on Mill.
You been around,
And then the
and
guy
you get
was
mama so I'm looking for.
saying, okay, that DJ Watson, he was saying, Jerome, we coming in 2010 though, and we just going,
We
we know
don't
how
know where we're
going.
going. No, but that's basically where
Yeah.
Liberia is. We don't know where we're going,
Yeah.
but we're going. And I also don't know why my boss keeps saying COVID, 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 but he keeps saying COVID, COVID,
So the
COVID.
man was not here to Ebola.
He was here.
I don't think so.
He was. Oliver played a very serious role with
The man, he had to confirm
his
that.
NGO.
Oh, he had
My boss has been around too. Two years been around.
all over the man, know about NGO. The man,
No,
you know,
the men and the
the
Uh-huh.
corona issue
Yeah,
is fresh in the mind.
that's true.
Yeah.
And
Like
we're
he
not
said,
even thinking
like he
about
said,
Ebola.
Ebola business out. I was in
Thinking about that thing.
2014.
Imagine I was a teenager and now I'm a
It's
girl.
like they just following the Unity Party. All the property that Unity Party, yeah, it just following them. Yeah. But the only thing we don't know about is the issue of the border, whether they will have that issue, but the corruption, the lies, Ebola, everything starts stretching. But we're in a Liberia that everyone has to learn business.
Yeah.
Everyone must learn their lesson for taking a decision. And I will still say this. I think with the issue of the leadership,
Mhm.
if we were to turn the page, we go back to the CPP. I will still say it. when CPB
Jẹ́
was
Bẹ̀rẹ̀ nípa
established,
pé-
no,
It's a kind.
princess, princess,
Oh, yeah.
when CPP was established, the people established their coalition and they were
They were
moving
there in peace. Oh.
in peace. When they turned it over to Mr. TMB, the whole thing chakla. Our like bro, yeah, we finish early, yeah. Finish with Ebola, Joe, we are key. We're not thinking about Ebola. As we speak, Bwakanaka, he taking our land. He telling people no land. He calling people dogs. And today, Ebola is back. And we want all of you to listen because we're going to give you some information
Yeah, we'll talk about that in
about the issue about this new trend of the Ebola. It is scary. It is dangerous. It is not the 2-week stuff that you know you post. And Princess, there where the Ministry of Health needs to come very carefully to observe this because what we know about this new, Ebola, what I know is that it is not the regular 2 weeks where you can quarantine somebody for 2 weeks. And that is the difficult part the people in DR Congo is faced with. This is about months. When you keep somebody for 2 weeks, it is also possible that you'll be releasing Ebola into the public.
Okay, so basically,
no COVID.
there is a very serious thing happening on our hands, and I am pleading with all of our people out there to remove their political caps from their body because this is a national problem. As we speak, based on this government track records, okay, can put my head on the chopping board for statements emanating from the government of Liberia. In as much as I would not be doubting what they're saying, but I'm not going to trust all. The border issue can relate. When the president returned from Guinea, they told us that the Guinean soldiers were going to start, leaving our soil that same day, the very day he came, because he arrived here after 12 a.m. So they said the very day. Till today's date,
2 months ago,
nobody is able to go to the water side and take pictures and say this is General Roosevelt from the Soloma border. The Guinea soldiers are not here. The place free. If you show me that video, I will apologize. But there is to tell you how that statement that was made by the government on the border issue did not come to pass. It was a lie. And that's why we are begging them for God in heaven's sake. We are begging them. If they don't respect this country that we gave them to run, if they don't respect the fact that Liberians trusted them to preserve over our lives and the well-being of our people, if they do not respect the fact that we deserve to live under electricity in the night, for which they can be doing the current, if they don't respect any other thing, let them respect our lives. Let them not play. If they can play with the border crisis issue, okay, that one, when the ever in fire, there will be no war. But on the issue of how you call this thing, Ebola, we do not have anything as a group of people, a group of citizens to do besides following the safety measures and so forth. But the government is the one responsible to save us from the entry, from the different entry points of our country, the airport, the international borders, and all of these places. What we are gathering is terrible. The lady who broke the news, there is a record in our possession. In fact, it was posted by Spoon FM. We had it because Spoon could post it. So it is indicating that she was suspended by JFK only because she decided to take a preventive message to another clinic that she is providing medical services to. This is how the issue is complicated. But let me remind our people, that's what we want to do on this radio. We are going to remind you of what this country went through We got to refresh your memory so that you know what is at stake. The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with Enfield, has confirmed that we have 16 individuals who came from that part of Africa who have been closely monitored by the surveillance team in Liberia. They are looking at them, looking at their eyeball, looking at them, looking at their body, looking at their temperature, looking at everything about them to know whether they are coming down with the signs and symptoms of Ebola. Till today's date, up to the time of this show, we cannot confirm whether there is an active or positive case of Ebola. We cannot say Ebola is here. But what we know from Enfield is that there are 16 cases, 16 suspected cases that have been followed. 16 individuals who have been followed closely. So at the appropriate time, they're going to qualify, those cases, whether they are, suspected cases, whether they are possible, Ebola victims, whether, they are positive. Those information will be coming up. But as it is, they are monitoring 16 individuals, 3 of whom are Liberians. The rest of them, different nationalities, but the route, their route they use can be traced to East Africa. So what Alexa, Jerome, and I will do on this platform is to take our time and collect all of the dots, ranging from the Enfield statement, their audio. We're also going to be bringing you the JFK suspension letter, and maybe we'll replay the latest own, statement as to what actually led to what she did. Then we can come back now and provide our independent analysis to central government, to you, the population, in what we can do and what we cannot do. It's unfortunate that some of those people who have been monitored pass through the airport. It's unfortunate that they pass through the airport. But we're going to jump into the rest of the details. But let's take this quick musical break. This is a song that was done way back by the group So Fresh and Daniel George. They made this Ebola song, anti-Ebola song, intended to create awareness in the country. So maybe this radio station is the first to play the anti-Ebola, how you call this thing, awareness. Yep, awareness song on the radio. So let's play it. Then it will refresh your memory a little bit. Then you will know that the thing is serious. Yeah, so those who were not here, when we're fighting Ebola, maybe when you listen to the song, somebody will warn you, somebody will advise you, and you get to understand exactly what it is. So, Jerome, I'll respond to your issue as to whether I was here when we had Ebola. I'll respond to it adequately. Oh, yeah.
And more than 60% of infected people so far have died. Lori Garrett of the Council on Foreign Relations has tracked outbreaks in the past as a journalist and author of several books on global health and disease. Investigators believe there are at least 10 deaths. Health officials are now investigating possible cases.
So fresh. My people, they real. Let's stop it. We offended.
It's time to protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your community.
My people, you're listening. Your people give me your ear. They think they call Ebola. My people, not Latin. They think you're a year. People who know about it. No more talking plenty. Who said they say the government trick the ministry trick it's not politics. Prevention is better than cure. The life you save today, it might be you. Look at Guinea, look at Sierra Leone. From the Bolo and enter Calhoun. You won't tell me you can't believe. My people wake up, everybody stand up, stand up. Don't be done there, I keep our head. Everybody team, let us save our country.
It's time to protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your community. It's time to protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your community. You won't watch your hand with soap, cook your food. You might not push me, this when the party the plum toilet, when the market won't play, don't play with it. You somewhere out there, and they sweating too much, please avoid them. You won't tell your friend them. You all are in town. It's time to protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your community. Cause people like you. It's time to protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your community. Cause people like you. Let somebody, protect somebody, protect somebody that Ebola is here. Somebody, protect somebody, protect somebody that Ebola is here. Protect the old man day, protect the papi day, protect the children day, protect your brother man, protect everybody in every environment. No time to be silent. Report any case you see in your community. When the person be vomiting, authority skin jet, you should report it. And for too much shaking hand, too much body contact, Ebola not play. Traditional practices, on the body bene, my people be careful.
My people, Ebola is real, but together we can all stop the spread of Ebola. Know the signs and symptoms. If you or anybody get fever that starts 4455. The symptoms are weakness, pain in the body, headache, sore throat, running stomach, vomiting, rash and bump on the skin, red eyes, bleeding from the eye, nose, or mouth. Don't forget to call this number again, 4455. This call is free. Do not run away or ask.
Okay. This is for awareness purposes. Reminder, this is not exactly what's going on at about the moment. The essence of playing this is to remind you of what we used to go through in 2014. We are praying and hoping. Jerome, Alexa, we are praying and hoping that the 16 cases that are being monitored. Let me go and get the latest voice.
Okay, Susan.
No, they're
16 individuals who are being monitored. Yep. I mean, in the surveillance, there's the surveillance. You know, I mean, how you call this thing in the public health area? Any single human being you're following, that person is a case. Whether they are confirmed, suspected.
okay. I'm sending you something that's not appropriate this time.
No, so we'll reserve it. So whether the person is positive or negative, that's the case. So
They're being started.
yeah, when you go to the hospital, they say, "What's your case number?" So I mean, we'll come to that conversation. So these are 16 individuals who have been followed because their travel record will show that they had connection with East Africa, whether Ethiopia, Uganda, or other countries within the particular region. So the audio is loading. Alexa, what happened to the other one yesterday, right? So the audio is loading, and we are going to be doing everything to bring you the audio. But as it is, Alexa has in her possession a communication that was served the lady who broke the news about people returning from Uganda to Liberia and being monitored. The woman said the big woman, the nurse big woman, Josiah Joka West, told them that people who came from Uganda and other places, the government was looking at them to know whether they got Ebola or they showing signs and symptoms. And so because of that, Josiah Juga Omo was telling them to be very careful. She too, because she working in another hospital, she told her hospital people on the other side, say, oh, to the other place where I'm working, our people must say, people came from Uganda before 5 of them, and they're monitoring them, and they're monitoring them. And so y'all got to be careful. And I say they get Ebola, but I'm saying y'all got to be careful. That was the message what she gave to other people at the other hospital. Because of that, she was arrested today as we were on the radio. And information leaked out to the public that this lady has been suspended by the GFK authority. Alexa will read, the suspension letter. Please read the suspension letter, Alexa.
Okay.
Yeah, Alexa will find it.
So I'm going to do my best to see. We have it here. And okay, so this was served yesterday, 25th May 2026. And it says, this letter serves as official notification of your suspension from your duties as a registered nurse assigned to the E.S. Grant Psychiatric Hospital, effective immediately, pending the outcome of an ongoing investigation. This action is being taken as a result of an audio message you shared in the WhatsApp chat group, in which you stated that there were patients with symptoms suggestive of Ebola virus disease who had recently returned from a church conference in Uganda. In the same message, you alleged that the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, together with the Ministry of Health of Liberia, was attempting to conceal these cases from the public. The audio recording has since been widely circulated on several platforms, both locally and internationally, causing significant public panic and prompting the involvement of the national security agencies. Please note that your suspension is not a presumption of guilt, but a necessary step to allow for a thorough and impartial investigation into this matter. The duration of your suspension will be determined based on the outcome of the investigation. You will be informed in writing of any further developments or decisions as they arise. You are hereby directed to refrain from performing any official duties or representing the John F. Kennedy Medical Center or the E.S. Grant Psychiatric Hospital in any capacity during this period. This suspension, you don't say you're not coming back.
So she was suspended.
Yeah.
The lady was suspended. Why was she suspended? Take a listen.
Yesterday we had a training and slash meeting wherein the nursing directors of GFA, the nursing directors, Mrs. Johal and Ruby came along to take me off the room. The nursing directors, Mrs. Johal and me. He is one of the managers at GFA. The both of them came along, they did a training. It was an in-service training. After the training, like there were some PPEs. Yes. So they were like putting us on the alert that we need to be very careful whilst we giving care. Yes. Even when going into any patient, we should have one sleeps on, and we should make sure if we're not with any patient, we should get a PPE on to keep safe. The reason of this alert is because instead of people that when they return the conference in their Zoom partners, and these people pass through the airport, and the airport authority, that was Mrs. Joko was saying it, he said the airport authority didn't notice until the oil price at the time they noticed that they came from Uganda. Among these people, about 5 of them were sick and was brought to GFA.
You were sick as well.
They were sick and was brought to GFA, and they were showing all the signs and symptoms of Ebola. Their eyes were red, their ears were red,
Who was saying this to
This is Joker was saying it to the body, the entire body.
Okay, so you listening to her. Every step along the way when she was being quizzed by journalists, she said everything she said to her other chat room that Mistress Joker, Josiah Joker Webb, who is the nurse director at JFK, who told them. And she was accompanied by another person from the leadership, from the administration at JFK. So everything she said was on the basis of what she said, Joker wife told her. Interestingly, this woman is mentioning somebody's name of being the person who gave them the initial information. There was no non-disclosure note signed during that in-service training. There was no non-disclosure note signed during the in-service training to say, oh, the thing we're talking here, don't say it anywhere. The fact that you were providing that particular, how you call this thing, awareness to the nurses, the woman did not go on railway station to talk. She went to other group of nurses because the medical field is one. Health workers cater to the same population. The men get Hoyan from Bapalu. If they can't treat the Hoyan to Redemption, they will bring the Hoyan to JFK. If they can't be treated there, they'll carry to Cali. If they can go to Cali, they'll go to ERWA. So a nurse at ERWA also got right to receive privileged medical information as the nurses at JFK. So what she did was never wrong. She was not under any non-disclosure, or stuff. On what basis did we have to reach to this level? And let's go ahead and continue playing this woman's stuff.
The eyes were red, the ears were red, and all the signs JFK could not handle it, so they had to call it surveillance team and hand over the case to it. Yes. They're just saying as a way of precaution, so at least everything we're doing, we gotta be very careful, even though the Ministry of Health have not come to say it yet, but we should be careful because as nurses, we are the first lines. Yeah. So the director was telling us. So when I went home, I called my children, I gave them a lot about the present situation that is going on, and I also went at home for women. So I decided to
You went at home for women? At school?
I'm a nurse there too.
Okay.
So I decided to alert my nurses. Yes. So I said, alerting because they can try to call me to chat me. So I decided to my just to alert them about the situation because we are nurses. I never engaged in any political field. I never did it to create influence. I only did it to protect my fellow nurses in the other facility that I work. So I listen in their way. As I said, the nursing director, Mrs. Chuka, was the one that was enlightening the nurses of the present situation and cautioning us.
Yeah, that's what she kept saying. The nursing director, Mrs. Joker, was the one giving us all of the preventive, tips, cautioning us. So how come this nursing director is not being questioned? But today, this lady is being suspended. And like I said, that's another form of dismissal. Because that investigation will not end. In the end, they will kick her out of the system. Another professional woman is being unjustly, dealt with. When Josiah Joker Webb is untouchable. Josiah Joker Webb is untouchable. The one who brought the information to the lady. This suspension will be okay, and that's why we look. Whether the woman got money or not, Alexa, it's about time people start to challenge the status quo in this country. The woman should hire some lawyers and sue JFK. And that is if there was no non-disclosure, how you call this thing, signed. In this case, for that particular conversation, where their emphasis made, that statements made at that in-service training should remain there, where their conversation about the entire in-service training being confidential, where the attendees, those who attended the in-service training, where they're supposed to keep all of what they were told confidential. If not, then JFK is just being political in their action They have been selective because the progenitor of the message, the lady whose name is being called, should be called in for questioning. We should know whether Josiah Joker Webb told the people all of what this lady said. If so, why are they not holding her accountable? Why are they not inviting her for investigation? Why is she not being made to be subjected to the same public scrutiny? But that's not the main case. The main case is what we're going for, Alexa. That's the main one we're going for. The main one is this. Listen to it.
Travelers from the region. They have screened and monitoring 16 travelers from the region, the affected region, which included 9 Ugandans, 3 Liberians, 1 from DRC.
Why you get one down?
Can you imagine a serious-minded country? The government has said they're serious and responsible. Alexa, Jerome, this is the letter from NPHIL, the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, providing information on the 16 individuals who are being followed, who are being monitored by the government. 16 individuals, they say, are being followed, monitored. The thing where the woman go to the suspended the woman today. NPHIL is coming up to the public today by telling us that 16 travelers from that region are being monitored. While she is saying it, apparently somebody from the office who was not supposed to be there came and passed. Those bloggers disrupted the whole conversation and said, you're not supposed to be here, you're not supposed to be here.
Imagine.
And this is the government that if you go to Facebook, they will keep telling you there's a responsible government, a responsible people in power. You're listening to the nonsense. We're talking life and death. And our people who we say no book, who we say are responsible and got all the sense in this country. Look at the nonsense. The nonsense. Oh, listen to it.
16 travelers from the region, the affected region, which included 9 Ugandans, 3 Liberians, 1 from DRC.
Why you get one down?
Can you imagine, my people? Alexa, Jerome, look, I don't want to get angry. I do not intend to get angry. But this is getting to my nerves. Do they know what Ebola did to people in this country in 2014? Do they know? Do they know what we went through in this country to fight Ebola? The entity that is supposed to give us update on the status of Ebola in our country, the lady is saying what she what she knows about those who came from wherever, and all of a sudden, the office staff, they sit it down, disrupting the conversation, and it is just silly. Imagine the international partners monitoring.
Lawmakers or staff, I think lawmakers.
Wait, what was that?
Yeah. I think
Whoa!
Can you imagine?
Oh my God!
Okay, so lawmaker
they call the lady to clarify.
And she's supposed to. Can you imagine? Whatever the case is,
We're in trouble.
that was terrible.
We're in serious trouble.
That was terrible. The video is dark. Hold on. Yeah, I think June.
Because the video didn't even end.
June, you got it. The video is very dark, but this is uncalled for. That she will be in flight.
Yeah.
Providing information that the public will need. And listen to the kind of nonsense happening. Listen to it. Even at the legislature. Oh, okay. Now Rachel Kuhn voice will hear in the corner in the vote. Serious issues. Wow.
We have screened and monitoring 16 travelers from the region, the affected region, which include 9 Ugandans, 3 Liberians, 1 from DRC.
Why you get
Okay, now we got it. So the letter is telling you where they're from. 9 days one, 3 day one, 3 that one. One lawmaker said that in the place asking the people what they come and do here.
Imagine a lawmaker
Okay, so
confuse people. Yeah.
no, so there is no way these guys will there is no way they'll be off the hook with this immaturity.
If I'll ask, what are they going to tell Liberians? Because the information is been given
and they're disrupting.
They didn't even get everything that lady
And
was trying to
I'm
say.
hearing
Right.
a lawmaker talking about we Liberians, we need to be xenophobic. I mean, we should start attacking foreigners.
It says, do not be here.
And stopping them from coming to this country. So forget. I mean, that's why you got.
The people are confused. I swear to God.
Who's in charge of the legislature? Richard Coon.
Public,
region speaker. I don't want to go into the details, but here is the point, Alexa.
Wait, just asking who is in charge. It already answers.
Yeah, just by saying who's in charge of the legislature already answered the rest. People who abandon their constitutional responsibility of oversight and wear yellow suit to go escort yellow machines. What do you consider them?
Exactly.
I mean, who do you consider them to be? You were serious? But that's not the point. The point is, should MPhil even wait
to be called
by the legislature
They didn't even inform anybody about
before providing information to the public over a statutory responsibility that they have?
Paid for. They have been paid
under the law.
Yeah.
The essence of them sitting at Congleton Back Row, adjacent the Ministry of Health, is to do these things.
Yeah.
To give us update on a daily basis on the status of Liberia, regarding public health. Should they wait for the lawmakers to invite them in the midst of all of what we've been having? Okay, granted, they've been having Facebook leaflets, all on social media, but that is not the point.
But what they had on the social media, it was not specifically speaking to. We have 16 individuals that are being monitored.
Mm-hmm.
What they said, Ebola is not present in Liberia,
And that was all.
And whether Ebola is here or not, make sure you wash your hands,
Good.
do this and that. So
the point is, these guys didn't even have to go to the legislature before communicating to the Liberian people.
Mm-hmm.
A responsible government, they want, the party promised in 2023. The first thing they will do, the war is a global village right now. You can be right here to kill somebody in Italy in less than 2 seconds. You see the person dead by the photo on your phone.
Yeah, right.
That's how modern the earth is. The people in Uganda, in Congo, they've been having this issue of Ebola outbreak to the point where even one of the hospitals in Congo was vandalized by locals because of some misunderstanding they have between the treatment center and whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. These things are happening. Air Ethiopia is flying to Liberia. Air Ethiopia normally connects her passengers from the eastern part of Africa and all across the rest of the places and kind of dump them to Liberia through Air Ethiopia, whether in transit or whatever the case is. A sound government that is concerned about the safety of the people will start instituting measures. We all know that people can come to Uganda and pass through the Gatan border, through Ganta border. It's very unlikely that someone will come from where Ethiopia and pass through Uganda border, right? The possibility is that the person will use the airport. What was difficult for our Ministry of Health people, the National Public Health Institute, to set up a pre-screening, unit at the airport and make sure that every flight that will be approaching our soil, you get the whole flight list, the passenger list, and get a comprehensive information as to where each of the passenger routed before coming to Liberia, before landing on our soil.
And we just had some of our government officials in Kenya. Including the president.
Yeah.
I just saying you.
Yeah. So the point is, why are they waiting for to set up a pre-screening room at the airport? I remember when Nathaniel Blama at the EPA by then came to Liberia from a conference and later on was diagnosed with COVID-19. These bloggers in power today ran from radio station to radio station, Facebook post to Facebook post, indicating that it was a negligence on the part of the government, not to have pre-screened Blama at the airport, Lahinka, and be doing this before this. In fact, they blame the government of negligence that allowed COVID to enter our country. What did President Weah do? Nathaniel Blama was suspended from a position at EPA. He was suspended, and that cost him his job. In the end, he lost his job. We expect that these people who call themselves educated people now, you understand, because the previous government had the error. The so-called experts, the master of all trades, the jack of all trades, rather. Master of none.
No. They are masters of all, because you can be master of none. You know a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah.
All
right. So they what people call Djibouti, the Djiboutis of our tendency, they are in power today, and a single pre-screening room at the airport they could not design it. And Ebola is not like COVID. People used to be playing for COVID. I mean, COVID was not that strong for Africa. How many COVID-19 deaths we have in Liberia?
It's an advanced cold.
No, how many COVID-19 deaths we have in Liberia? How many? We didn't see people in trucks dead in trucks during the COVID in this country. We didn't see that.
Well, you eating pepper COVID, huh?
We didn't see that happening in this country. COVID-19 death, you say truck price, like COVID-19 better than passing through. We're discussing Ebola. A very terrible, and Jerome said, and the rest of the people, that this particular strain is stronger than what we had in 2014. Why didn't these guys set up a pre-screening room at the airport? That some of these passengers left the airport already before contact tracers had to go in the community and fish them out and go put them somewhere is an indication that the government failed. You're jeopardizing the safety of our people. That the sense you see, that the education you see, that the monopoly you guys keep bragging about, that you know it all, you know everything, you have monopoly over knowledge. I mean, it is unfair. It is unfair to the people of this country. 16 cases, 16 individuals are being monitored. Do you know each of those individuals have a case file?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, each of those individuals, Jerome. Jerome Roosevelt, name, age, you're born 1956. Nationality, Kenya. Countries you came from, countries you passed through: Uganda, Angola, Ethiopia, Abidjan, Accra, Monrovia. That your whole file. That's your case file. So you are a case. So we're talking 16 cases.
And one thing, where did they take the people from? From the airport, or the people stay in communities?
Thank you.
before
Thank you.
they got the
So the contact tracers have a way of identifying, the suspected, how you got a case.
So they use the snowball method.
Good.
Right, where you connect one person to another.
That's
But
a-
when we go see somewhere they catch your friend will say, oh,
That I alone.
yeah,
Jerome took the-
take care of
No,
it.
I know. I'm just
You know?
saying it is belated.
And there is also
The
possibility that some of the people who went into the community, and that's what we're saying. Let's pray that none of them come out positive.
Yeah.
Because once the man leaves the airport, it is difficult. It is extremely difficult for you, to come in contact with all of those who that person came in contact with. As a contact tracer, you are only concerned with the most immediate family. Why that man a grown man?
Oh yeah.
Hello? I mean, you could be thinking about only going to your house and your wife, your children, and putting it on the side, and keeping surveillance on them.
Me passing all around the bouncing baby.
Quarantine them. But do you know the man left the airport? Do you know where he passed before going home?
Yeah. Stop to a get from home.
And stopped to get her. He was sweating there.
Yeah. Go to a club.
Exactly.
He could pass it on.
Go to a restaurant,
And he may not be able to disclose where he passed from the airport to go to the house. So that bugger could be roaming around the place. You know why the who driver traveling is being quarantined somewhere, and people are looking at him, and the other bugger all in the community just distributing, hawking people, and passing sweat. So a sound government, a responsible government, a government that is supposed to know everything, will have a pre-screening unit at the airport to track these issues. Unfortunately, our boat people left the airport vulnerable.
you don't have any travel restrictions.
And when the nonsense is
at
happening,
all.
A lady who is a nurse decided, Alexa Jerome, fellow Liberians, decided to alarm in a positive way. She didn't come on radio to say, okay, I was in the JFK, I was nurse director came to us, but 5% came to the country, and so I have just calling on the radio. You want to call my name? That's not what she did. She went to her fellow healthcare givers. Because part of the reason why people died mysteriously, painfully rather, in 2014 is because they didn't have the information. Some of the nurses did not know what to do from the initial stage.
And how to do.
So before they could get basic information on what to do, casualty started to increase. So as a way of avoiding what transpired in 2014, this lady decided to take the bull by the horn and initially go to her other nursing department and say, look, gentlemen, ladies, this is what's going on. We need to be very authentic. How is she a threat to national security? To say, let's be careful. To say cases are being monitored. We do not know the status of those cases. So let's be careful in how we go about administering healthcare to people. What is it? And you are suspending the lady today? When this lady, all through her conversation, she kept mentioning that she was told, they were told by Joanna Joker, mistress, the wife of Josiah Joker. She didn't shy away from mentioning who told her. She didn't shy away from saying it. She made it clear. She disclosed the identity of the person who told she and her friends. So on what basis are you single-handedly disgracing this woman, subjecting her to humiliation as though she's committed crime? You blame yourself as a government for leaving our airport vulnerable. If you had a pre-screening, stuff at that place, it would have served as a deterrent to other people. Some people flee from their country when they have. So when some people know that they're not feeling too well and they got money, they can attempt to run away. But when they know that in Liberia at the airport there is a pre-screening unit at the airport, they will venture not to come to Liberia because they know they will be caught here. Our broke people government, our so-called educated people left our airport vulnerable. And you are blaming a poor nurse, Paola Bidel. You're blaming her, you're suspending her. You are pausing her practice. For how long we do not know. because you got some bookers investigation you say you are conducting, and we know that investigation will not be held. I mean, you don't do that to the country. Ebola is no joke. Ebola is no respecter of any status. It doesn't care who you are, what house you live in, what the size of your pocket, the educational credential that you have. No, Ebola, it doesn't care about who you are, whether you're friend to President Baka or you are an enemy of the state. It strikes when you are met in a vulnerable position. And so our government should not be risking our lives. We are skeptical about the system because we know what we have seen with the border crisis. We know how Ministry of Information told us that the Guinea soldiers will be leaving today. Beginning today, they are beginning their process of leaving. It is 2 months now. Our Liberian security forces, they don't even touch the water yet. To say they're washing their face in the water, they're not even able. Because the Guineans still lacking it on our soil. You knew we're following 16 cases, 16 travelers record. It has cases, rather. Cases can be confirmed. They can be suspected. You know, there could be isolated cases. Cases got different, you know, categories. But we're having 16 cases that we're investigating. You knew you have 15 cases you're investigating, 16 cases you're investigating. When this letter said, according to Joka told about 5 of those individuals who came, today you are announcing 16. So why go and arrest the woman? Why arrest her? Well, in fact, you are reporting far more than what she said. One of the things that killed our people in 2014 is the issue of denial. When people live in denial, it is dangerous. It is very detrimental to community safety. There's some religious people who say, oh, Ebola exists. Oh, we believe in nothing out there, but our people then die. We're buried in a normal way. Jerome, today, what happens? Right? Today, what happens? They are victims of Ebola. The people say, Guinea, they have meeting with some of the white people and they bring the thing here. They don't do the thing, the best thing, and I believe in it. Today, denial. And the way denial can stop is for government to be authentic with her information. Look, there is nothing wrong with you telling the people. That thing you say, oh, panic. The people will panic more when they do not know what to trust. When you say you are afraid, the people will panic for which you do not want to release preliminary information. You risk panicking the whole society when they start to get conflicting information. And that's why we are being professional on this radio. That's what we're saying. You are monitoring 16 cases. All confirmed. You're monitoring all confirmed cases of 16 travelers. We're praying that none of those individuals will come down positive. Because an attempt for one person to come down positive, we could be in trouble as a country. I bet. Well, up to now, there is a pre-screening unit at the airport. All of you working to the airport, you please text me. And thank all the radio station reaching all the way to Makibi and other places. If you work at the airport, if there is a pre-screening room by MPhil to check and screen people who are from that region, you text me and let me know. You got my number. My number is a public record. All of the people in the airport, the people that got my number. So I'm gonna way of find it. If you work at the airport, don't worry, I'll not call your name. Anything you send me is confidential. You said I one officer, you see somebody steal money, find my number, send me the information. Any bad thing you see happening in government, send it to my WhatsApp. No, the country got it. No, any bad news you see happening, you send it to my number. But I'm saying to you, I am doubting if there is an active pre-screening room at the airport. If it is, kudos to the government, but I doubt it. The government should now start to engage the issue from a responsible perspective and not a political front. You are not proving anything to anybody in the country anymore. This attitude of Unity Party people behaving like they are campaigning, it is wrong. You are governing. You have a responsibility on your shoulder to lead the country. 5 million people. These are 5 million people who all of them may not be Christians. All of them may not be Muslims. All of them may not be CDC people or Unity Party people. These are 5 million Liberians from their diversity. You have a responsibility to lead them. So now I tell you, every small thing you want to politicize it and make it like campaign. Oh, yeah, we'll do it differently. We'll do it the other one. We'll do it this one. Sometimes when you put yourself in that kind of situation, you mess it up. Go for the experts. Chris Dubenya was sitting up to Enfield there. A trained scientist.
No fighting everybody.
He got his own problem though. But a trained scientist, Chris Dubenya, was there. Your formulated something against Chris Dubenya. What the other woman who brought there? What her name? Commander. One kissy name. Go check it, Jerome, please. check the boss of Enfield. Yeah, you remove Chris Dubenya from Iwaji County. For no other reason, you brought one commander from Foya District, Lofa County. You're localizing the whole place. When you do politics, we're telling them the backblind can be so dangerous. You took a trained scientist from Enfield, a very trained scientist you took him from Enfield. Today, BBC Al Jazeera interviewing people about Ebola all over the world. People found a name for me. I want to be referencing that name. Commander? Would I do? What the name? What are you name? Call that name. Alexa, today, Chris Dubenya is being interviewed by BBC and other places. Our Enfield director, our acting director general, come on, you're busy not even calling her to interview her. Al Jazeera interviewing Chris Dubenya. Keep professionals in the places. The same thing, you go remove Nafa for war, you go remove Emma Glasgow, who are doing well for to the fishery area. You go for war. I don't want to put it. You go for war, you just saying down there, the technician, you're telling you what to say. You keep allowing politics to make you weaken the different fabric of the society because of political reasoning. Emma who could not help fly, you remove her from Nafa. Get Nafa there. Nobody can hear anything about Nafa these days. You took Dubenya from Enfield. He took you to court. The court said you wrong him. Put him in by you won't put him by. Head of Enfield. I think head of Enfield. And that's how be happy to man to won't know that name. I will know that name before I wrestle. I want to know the name. No, right now, come on. Right now, come on. Come on. Right now, head of Enfield. I think head of Enfield. Yeah.
Her name is Siawata.
Siawata? Commando.
Not Do.
No, Commando. Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Siawata Commando.
She don't want talking.
She don't want talking, so why people are laughing? You see there?
What is it?
You took a Chris Dubenya, an internationally acclaimed and recognized scientist, for political reasons, and perhaps he doesn't speak Kisi. Because he's a Chris Dubenya from Kiripo Kaweken. You remove him. You replace him with Dr. Siawata Kamano. Today in the country is a difficult thing. Enfield, no here, no take. The lawmaker got to invite Enfield before they give cogent information as to cases they are following. And all the motive reason that it was confidential because the address he was making at the legislature was done in open session, not in executive. So there was nothing confidential about it. So if you could say to the lawmakers, why couldn't you arrange a press conference and say to the Liberian people what is happening? Information dissemination is key. I'm not saying it because I'm a media practitioner, a political commentator. I am a public health worker. I have certificate.
Don't joke with my voice, man.
I have certificate. I have diploma. I was trained We fought Ebola in this country. We were in charge of preventive health awareness in this country. I was assigned to Central Monrovia. I supervised Central Monrovia and 3 communities in Bourgeois Island from Merci du Monde, the French NGO. We supervised it. The people in Soniwe know this thing I'm saying. Right by Soniwe Hospital, Man Gifty House was our meeting point. And that's why they say your witness and call the road a liar can say. Go to Soniwe Man Gifty House, right by Soniwe Clinic.
So you are dealing with Mahu?
We were supervising Central Monrovia.
You said Mahu?
Man Gifty.
Man Gifty. And today, the people dealing with Mawata.
Mawata, yeah. That's a good one. And part of our job during the Ebola crisis in 2014. Yeah, I'm saying so. Part of our job was to straighten information.
We're discussing Ebola and JMB time here. What happened to Oka?
Part of our job was to straighten information. Was to dispel rumors. To build community trust. And part of the reason why people can start to lose hope in information from the authorities, go read Chris Dubé post he did today. Alexa, the last sentence there, he said the public trust is eroding. I'm not the one saying that. I'm not a scientist. He is a professional in that area. He said it. He said the public trust is eroding.
Is it this one?
Check it 2 hours ago. Let's go. Come on, go down. Let's see something. Yeah, go there. An independent what? What did he say?
An independent, comprehensive investigation is needed to assure trust and confidence from the public that is fast eroding.
That is fast eroding.
Perhaps he might have caught something.
It is as a result of the selective justice that they are carrying on. They left Madam Jokai and arrested Madam Bidel. So they are saying if you arrested one person and you kept the other person off the hook, and today you are coming up to announce that you are following 16 travel records, then it shows that we need a thorough investigation to know who was saying the truth and who trying to hide behind political tension. Because it doesn't happen. That's why, as I read just now, the last paragraph, that there is a need for an independent investigation to be conducted.
And that's what I said yesterday, because this nurse mentioned names.
People names.
That lady did not just sit there and say, I said the words I said on my own. No, she mentioned name. And one of the names that appeared, in fact, I think that's the only name.
Josiah Joka.
Exactly.
Joanna Joka.
So another person accompanied
So how come this Joanna D. Jokai, the wife of Josiah Jokai, how come she has not appeared at the headquarters of the Liberation Police? She has not been questioned as, BTO.
Because that Josiah Joka
so that's a problem.
When Gary Como was still passing around begging party students for fuel to put in a car, Josiah Joka was the one doing politics for Joe Biden. So Greg is afraid to go for Josiah Joka left.
And that's where we're saying fairness should be displayed.
That's why it is. That's why it is. So this is, look, let me say this to our people. You saw Chris Duenya? He's a technician.
He wrote a whole
a scientist.
And the same things we've been saying that.
That's why I don't even want us to read it.
Yeah, because here he said Nurse Bidel was arrested, interrogated, and berated. But the sources of the information may not have been called in for questioning.
The person who told Bidel was not calling for questioning.
And one of the Nina Uyera Huni.
Joanna Joka.
Exactly.
Josiah Joka wife. And part of the reason why Greg Como will not invite Josiah Joka sweetheart, because when he other men used to be begging every criminal for guys to put in a car and passing around looking for a place to rent, where LTN was giving him a part of the rent single. Josiah Joka then was the one causing person. We are in the play and making the case for UP to come back. So Joka will tell you, say, you Greg, don't bring my woman. You know how we got in the power? Don't call my woman to that nonsense. And Greg will obey because he dare not touch Josiah Joka. He's a forerunner of the UP campaign. But that's injustice. We don't care who campaigned for who. If Joe Blow got to go in for questioning, Mayor Peter should go in for questioning because the law is the law. The law should not be selective. So you heard it. I was talking about information dissemination. When the public start to suspect that the government is not coming in clean, it gave rise to suspicion.
And they are now going to trust you.
And once suspicion is being built among the public, denial rate will start to increase. We who were basically on the front line during the Ebola epidemic, the Ebola situation in this country, we were on the front line. One of the issues we were confronted with is the issue of denial. And part of the reason people were denying is because they did not trust the government accounts. If this government will want us to smoothly control whatever, we pray that there will be no confirmed case in our country. But in the event where we are not able to keep that clean sheet, if the government wants us to succeed in rapidly fighting Ebola, the government have to straighten your information dissemination. To wait for Richard to call you. Then why are you talking? Then the disturbing.
Why we talking seriously?
Yeah? Why you talking seriously? Then the disturbing. Is this how the responsible governments will act? Look at what they're doing. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed, but that's why it is. Alexa, when you're finished, go take calls from our people.
After you.
No, I love the public. I love the country. When it comes to these kind of things, I think our people do not know much more. Like Oliver said something just that slipped my mind. With the kind of Ebola we dealing with, Oliver, I would take my own time, my own minute. I want you to, something is about 1 minute or so. I want you to play that for the public. That's what I want to do. I don't want to talk on it. So we can know what we're dealing with. Over 4,000 people died with the issue of the Ebola. With this kind of Ebola we're talking about, we may lose over 70,000 people. This is serious. It is not about, so I don't want to take much time. I just want to help the public so we all can know what we're dealing with. Yeah, and this will be only play on Freedom Hub. So you can listen carefully, and then maybe it's just about 1.5 minutes, and then Princess can come in. I don't want to say much here. So let Oliver take it from that end so you know what we're dealing with. We need to have a serious government that needs to be truthful. Yes. So yeah.
No, so we're trying to load it.
Yeah,
we're trying.
So President can go ahead. Even if it doesn't play, I don't want to. It's just that we're in a society.
No, I'm coming to get it. I'm coming to get it. So let me see. Is there a documentary on it?
It's just a short report from how it started and what we're dealing with. With that number 16 or what? Okay.
Virus that we're seeing now in the DRC, and why has it made fighting this all more complicated?
Yes, so this one is called Bundibugyo, and one of the issues is there's only been 2 outbreaks of this before, one in 2007, one in 2012. So it's not the main form of Ebola that we're used to dealing with. That's something called the Zaire species of Ebola. That's the one that we have the vaccine for. That's the one that we've developed drugs for.
Was that the one that in 2014, 2015 time period was particularly deadly?
Exactly that. And it's the one that most of the time you hear there's an Ebola outbreak. Most people's first thought will be, well, is it the Zaire version of Ebola? In this time, it's Bundibugyo.
And so the vaccine for that is just not going to be effective, you're saying?
There's some debate and discussion about whether it may have some limited protection. So it's what's known as cross protection, whether there is enough similarity between the 2 species of Ebola so that it might provide some limited protection, but nobody's expecting it to provide the level of protection that you get from Zaire.
And in addition to the fact that there is no vaccine, is there something about this particular type of the virus that makes it more complicated for public health officials, for health workers?
One of the things that has really been challenging at the beginning of this is the fact that most of the tests that would be used to identify Ebola aren't looking for Bundibugyo, they're looking for Zaire. So what was happening at the very beginning of this outbreak is doctors were suspecting that this patient may have Ebola, they did the blood test with the standard blood test that they have, and it was coming back negative. And that is one of the things that seems to have contributed to what appears superficially to be a quite slow response to Ebola. I mean, there's definitely a lot of cases that have been detected quite quickly once everyone realized an Ebola outbreak was happening. But the suspicion is this has been going on for probably a couple of months, and we still don't actually know how many people have been infected because everyone's playing very rapid catch-up here.
What do we know about how this outbreak began? Can you walk us through where it all first began and then how it spread, as we know of thus far?
One of the challenges here is that we don't know the very beginning. So logic will tell us that at some point a human being came into contact with an infected animal, and that would have been the very beginning of the outbreak. At the moment, the World Health Organization is estimating, based on the current number of cases, that probably took place a couple of months ago. But when you start exactly, there's been quite a long period in which this virus has been able to spread before we got to the point where we knew there was an outbreak on our hands. So we have to fast forward a little bit to the first moment that we really know, which is April the 24th. And that was a nurse who had...
Okay, all right. So, Jerome, go ahead.
No, I don't need to go ahead. I just wanted the people to know.
Explanation simple English. It was speaking British thing here.
So it tells you that there were people, and like the people who they have authority are saying coming to Liberia. Mm-hmm. It's kind of difficult, it's scary, because the initial case in the DR Congo, when you go to the hospital, like Princess, as you say in simple English, when you go to the hospital, they're going to do your Ebola test. In 2014, 2 weeks time, they will know that, oh, you have Ebola. Mm. But this one, the people were doing the regular 2014 Ebola testing, and the results were coming back negative. And those people who were having the Ebola going to the hospital doing the test, they will say, oh, my man, you're not getting Ebola, go to your house. They didn't know that those people were already Ebola positive. Mm. As a result of that, when they were saying, oh, no Ebola, other people now started going back to the hospital, coming down with this high fever, red eyes, and however it was reported by this lady in Liberia. At the end of the day, that was the new Ebola. In a shortest possible time, over 100 people died. In a short period of time, 100 people died. And the World Health Organization is saying, with this one, like I said yesterday, no vaccine, no treatment. And if the World Health Organization will look for treatment or vaccine, it will take 6 to 9 months. Can you imagine? We're in May. So we're telling you about before we start getting prepared in a country like Liberia, we're already struggling with the health situation. People, the government need to be serious and clear.
Okay, so I think today we need an award, and that's because we have used, or we decided to use our 2 hours on the radio to just remind Liberians, about what happened 2014 and how people lost their lives, how the country was, stagnated, how the country was on pause because of Ebola in the country, and over 4,000 Liberians died. It was a very sad occurrence in our country. And today we have speculations. And one of the people who managed to have share an information to her friends who are also medical practitioners, she has been branded as a person who's the devil, and she's raising false alarm, and she wants to scare Liberians. I said this yesterday, I'm saying it again. So she's been, she's seen as a person who should not have said what she said. So today, people say that people said this, that. Thankfully, she was released to her lawyer on bail. But for me, my point here is the truth doesn't need any permission to exist. When something is truthful, no matter how hard you try to bury it, it still exists, but it takes time to manifest. And sometimes it gets very difficult with time because you'll be like, no, that's not the case and that's not happening. And when it is the moment where you are now made aware that this is the truth, it becomes a problem for you, it becomes a problem for everybody. And that's what we're trying to prevent. So we're asking again. Yesterday I said, if what that lady said was accurate and the people in authority are hiding this information, it means there's a problem and the people need to be very, very honest with Liberians. They need to tell Liberians what is going on. And as I was saying that yesterday, I didn't even know that we currently have 16 individuals who are being looked at by the surveillance team, because that was not said in yesterday's press release. What was shared was, oh yeah, Ebola is not in Liberia. In fact, Liberia is Ebola free. We are believing that Liberia is Ebola free because no one wants Ebola. This thing is not political. It's apolitical. This is not politics. When Ebola was in Liberia 2014, people who died, I'm sure they were, members of the CDC, Unity Party, and the rest of the other political parties in the country. It was never about political affiliation. No. And like before today, anything that has to do with Ebola or whatever, it has nothing to do with politics. So this is not politics. This is a moment where we are fighting hard to prevent any Ebola from happening in our country, because we do not want anything that has to do with Ebola. We don't want that. Whether it is today, tomorrow, whatever it will bring, what kind of money, we do not want it. Because when we enjoying our country, I mean, we enjoying it on our own. I see the country flowing by way before you say the country already. Because yeah, I know how they get twisted. We enjoying ourselves in the chaos. You know what I mean? We're not battling Ebola, even though the hustle can be something that we sometimes still can manage to go outside and go hustle. And that kind of enjoyment I'm talking about. Like you can move, you can go, even though city police will run by you, hold your clothes on you, stay. You are not sick, right? You don't have Ebola. You don't have COVID-19. So we don't want to go back to 2014 where people were living in fear. Like to even go somewhere and buy just a cup of rice, you don't want to go because you're afraid of who you're going to come in contact with. We don't want to go back to that. Those were also some of the darkest moments in our country's history. Liberia has been through a whole lot. And I will go back to this announcement. We have 16 individuals that arrived from East African countries, and we're still being monitored, and this and that. For me, that's where I draw the line. At the airport, the Liberia Airport Authority, the Ministry of Health, the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, and the national security agencies, whether it is the Immigration, Liberia National Police, right now we need a very serious team. The same energy that was used to tell Joe we are saying you're not passing here. The same energy that was used to carry the people in the world work on the men. That the same energy must be used right now.
Just before we go to the lines, after you, please, breaking news. The Ministry of Health is requesting for $4 million for
preparedness budget for Ebola.
For Ebola.
I just wanted to say something.
You go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say something. Trust me. If this government doesn't say that it's a case,
they want to try. Oh, no, they want to joke. For money,
$4 million.
They want to try. Oh.
Well, we're not even using what I want case here. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, we not want to see.
I say people that fraud. Machine that they say they need $50 million
to operate. Yeah.
Listen, it's not joke. We not want to see. We not want half kiss. We don't want anything. Everything should be negative. So the same energy that was used on that man, that political leader
very popular political party in this country, that's the same energy that should be used to detect or to monitor people who are coming from, different countries and arriving in Liberia. Also, I am of the opinion that at this point in time, there should be some travel restrictions. You know what I mean? We should have some travel restrictions. If you're coming from East Africa, please don't come here. You guys should have the balls to do that. Because all it we're talking small, it can start from one, it go to the next, and God forbid, that becomes a problem for everybody. For everybody. So this is the moment to work together. The book people, masters of everything, you all need to work together. Because people are already afraid. You already have speculation. Imagine people who are unable to read between the lines in Monrovia. And then people leave from here, Monrovia, or from Montserrat County, and then they go to different, counties. The people will say, hey, let's already here. So you gotta be very, very careful. We don't want to go back. And also, before I stop right here,
Don't go to
you
the
see
lines.
that Bidel woman, Nurse Bidel, who has already no, not her, who has already been released to her lawyer. I am saying again, to be fair and honest to the public, make sure you call Mrs. Joanna D. Jukai, the wife of CSA boss Josiah Jukai. The same energy again used in questioning that lady, Nurse Bidel. That should be the same energy used in questioning this Johanna D. Jukai lady. And you're doing that because you want to get to the bottom of this, where the information comes from, what was said, how was it said. We want to know, because this investigation that has been launched, obviously Bidel is being seen as the person who is the worst. No one cares now about who said what to her and who all were there. No one cares about that. Right now, we're focused on this lady so much so that we're disregarding the people, the sources, the original sources of these pieces of information. So it is very, very important. And Emphas should be very honest as well. Why didn't you mention to the public that, of course, we don't have Ebola in the country, still we're monitoring 16 individuals? At least the public will understand, the public will know that, yeah, you guys are doing one or two to work this out. But you didn't inform us. You had to be called, you had to go to a space to provide information before you made that very clear. What if that was not recorded, Oliver? What if that was not recorded? It means we don't know what's happening. We'll just be here and say, oh no, there's nothing happening. And the individuals you're monitoring, you don't know, I don't know how far you guys have gone with detecting the people they connected with, the people, the communities they're from, or what the foreign nationals. We need to understand all these things. We know you're not going to tell all the details, but stay. You may also know what's going on, because people can already be scared. People not get food to eat. Then you bring panic again with the information you're not clear. And the same thing, we still want a Ebola situation, because you people have refused to be clear. You've refused to tell us exactly what's happening. So we need to know what exactly is happening. Why you not telling about the 16 people yesterday at all? And today you're telling about 16, not even us, but you're telling the how to call people about it. And yeah, we're talking about it now. Then you're suspended one more again. We don't know where we're going, but we're going.
Okay, so go get your phone if you want to be a part of the conversation. The biggest news is the fact that the government is still joking, and I stand by my word. The government is still joking. The government would need to coordinate more. There are a lot of misguided things they are doing, and those things will not help the situation. We love this country. We want this country better off, and that's why we keep stretching our veins every day, keep advising the administration until they can understand that they are running a country with diverse, citizenship. They still have a whole long way to go. 086-500-104-0776, 104-104 are the numbers to join the conversation. +231-86-500-104. The first person Go ahead. Let's hear you. What's the name? Where you join us from?
Hey, my name is Titi Pawai. I'm calling from Kenya. And all over the team there. I want to say thank you for today.
Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't understand what's going on, right? In Labrador right now. Everybody is talking about the lady there. And also, I also listen to representative Cole talking about the media dismissal of the CSA boss. I agree with him. But let's talk about the lady issue. Listen to a healthcare worker. She's taking her job very seriously. You know, way of meeting, she got a warning. She take that warning very seriously and decide to apply that warning and tell her people that. Now, let's say something like that. Do you think that Josiah Joker West did not tell Josiah Joker? You think they don't prepare? Some people know. Even in Kenya on the news, the people are discussing about the recent Ebola outbreak. It's been discussed. So why is it that the people cannot discuss it? The woman did nothing. The woman's a hero. I don't see nothing wrong the woman did. She still took her job very seriously. Now her job, she didn't go anywhere and say, go radio station and say, oh, okay, all my people, no. She went, she shared information with people that she's supposed to share information. The same way ministry target, yeah, I can bet anything, anybody will do the same thing, even a journalist. So she did nothing wrong with people.
Okay.
Thank you. The government should not pay the people health. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We leave it right there. Let's go to the lines and talk to more people. This other person on the line. Hello, sir. How are you? How you doing? Go ahead. Let's hear you. Calling from where? Oh, he left the line. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Yes, sir. We're good. Go ahead. Let's hear you. No time. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is 1 million. We are follower. Thank you for your topic on this question.
Crossing of Abu Sharif.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, and answer at your own. Papa, the thing where you people see the government, they are one of the people they are denying. Today, our brother have been Guinea authority. They are seen out there. They deny it. We can hear that story if you know. The story have been there. Nobody can go on the whole year or the moving for the position. That's why we come back to the corner. They were working and writing our colleagues. And they should be careful. They will cry that they will work on this job. So why are we heading to? Because now, when you come out to say that, oh, they will hold you and choose you and check you. And the kind of government we are inherited today. Look at today. Today, we are praying to God. This thing here will not be true. And it will not be true if you okay, because when it is true, don't eat our shit.
Okay, we will leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, go ahead. Let's hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead, William.
I was someone that said yesterday, the government have more because information is not bad information. What I have here on me here on the mission you say I had no cases. And what I have now, what is on Ebola? For time, this thing, then you pay with everybody.
No, we do not have that information you are having. So please, we don't want to have it on the radio until we can verify. Please, let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? Okay, go ahead, please.
I get for you that suspended woman.
Yeah, the woman was suspended. We got a letter. He said she's not coming to work until the investigation finished.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's doing it. It's not issue when somebody is doing it. When somebody is doing it, you can join them for a minute. If somebody
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. We'll leave it right there. Let's talk to the person quickly. No time. Let's hear you.
Yeah, guys, this is Flossie Benito West with one of Nigerian keeping owner that joined from Central Virginia. Let me quickly say hi to your studio panelists. You know, kind of the thing is too serious to make fun about, but it's also too funny to be too overly serious about. Because the government is telling us that the woman broke the news and just mentioned a very minimal amount of she gave 5 or 4 person that came from that place here. And because of that, they suspending her. This same government is telling us that they're looking at 12 or 16 person. Then why are they looking at 12, 16 person for? For what? I overheard you talking about. They are preventive measure. I know what kind of measure something they have at the airport there. Have you forgotten that all of the Ebola incident we have in this country came through Guinea? So who now manage all of our borders crossing point? Who there? What do you have there? People should start making fun out of us in this place. And before I can leave the land, unless I ask my brother to bring the thing down in people in the why I listen to it there. My own version of the people early English is that that new trend of Ebola that don't come. And now the fuel when I was before. The queue that we have for it now, it can't work on the one.
Okay, thank you.
One year is very terrible. It's different. It's bad.
Thank you. We'll leave you. We'll go to Man CC. Go ahead, Man CC. Let's hear you quickly. I want to pre this line. Go ahead.
Yeah, I became okay and Lester and my brother and my son Angel.
Go ahead.
I will continue to see a little bit. I will continue to listen on the government. When they talk, they will not listen. So this woman now, or professional or job, all of the woman or civilian, can you imagine that? Okay, they say that family will do pick and choose. We trust with that. We call up minister to die yet. But the Lord will also deal they die in the country. You know, you work in this country. So God is human being in the country. Let the people in the room, they start in the chair and door at the marriage. In the fire. The people you brought this thing. You want to rally for all they will say something. Instead in the capital of friends.
Thank you.
And they should take the question. So once you're studying the woman, let's go to now better explain to or what we or friend or what they want to study what career or want to find a job and want to get out of job. Let's know. Something is wrong somewhere. Okay. Somewhere we are not studying. Japan this woman in the government.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. We'll leave you. Let's come to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, okay? And how you doing to Alexa and Jeroen?
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
So, okay. Why the police have to arrest Mistress Bidel? Why is the contradiction between what Mr. Bidel said in the chat room, the message she left there, and that of what Anfield have just said today? But you know, okay, when you politicize everything, you put your people at risk.
Yep.
Everything now in Liberia is about security minded. To hell with the security minded stuff. Look, people are discussing more sensible. Look, even right now, you do you know that the Democratic Congo Republic, where the Ebola is right now, they told them, America has told them that they will come and stay to Brussels for 21 days before entering the United States. The people have taken it for a joke. So when there's we got poor health system, very, very poor health system in our country. We must admit to that. So when there's a signal, there's nothing to harm. They know our people are mostly, some of them are mostly in denial because we believe in malaria, we believe in typhoid when people get sick. So we should start raising the alarm and keep the awareness going that we're hearing this thing in other countries. We say, bro, please, let's start to take the precaution measures. You're talking about security? To hell with security. What's the security in that?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
What's the security in that?
Thank you, Musa. Thank you, Musa, for your input. But don't be holding our security like that. This other person, hello, how are you? How you doing? Quickly, you should be the second to the last caller. Then we go home.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let's hear you.
My name is Robert Billy Days, and I don't only educated conversations for the community where our people are still fighting with the politics, the dedicated what we were saying, we can't compensate the more. I just say thank you for talking about this because if you're just protesting, this government is a people impose on the civil environment when the civil is a black guy. Can you imagine? This is what I understand. If you trying to get this proof, the government all go against it. We saw it with the
Yeah. Even Shakur, the man try to say the truth. The man apologize. He put it till between your legs. Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's go and talk to the last person. You should be the last caller. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Yes, sir.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
We hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm taking great interest in this case, and I will not give up until I see the end. I listened to Alexa talking about the case of suspension, but what I don't understand in the letter is whether she was suspended with pay or pay. That is an human resources error right there, because if she's suspended with pay, then that means she may come back. If not, she's done and she will not get whatever she deserves. But the bigger question here is they have not been able to answer the bullet points that the lady mentioned, the meeting, the folks that came from Uganda, the use of PPE, the precautionary measure. When will NFL or NFL, whatever the name is, the Ministry of Health, the JFK administrator, when will they come out to answer those questions? What I see here, Oliver, I want to believe that the Walker administration does not have a national Ebola preparedness or response structure plan. Because here's the thing. Was that lady and all those in our meeting, were they cautioned after the training that they should not go out to tell anyone? And did they tell them that any communication from this training room will be done by us? Did they sign any documentation? Those are evidence that show that someone violated something. But I think this is a lesson learned, not just for the administration, but for any incoming administration. So what I see here is a complete structure and process breakdown. The Boycott people know what I really said is all true. Yesterday, they came out with a letter saying that they are enforcing monitoring at the airport when it was dated on the 25th. But they later audio came up the 25th. Today, now they're suspending her. So whatever that lady said is just a menu on the board that they're taking all one by one. I can say this, that there is Ebola in our country, but it will come up very soon. Just watch. Thank you, guys.
Okay, we'll leave you right there. Alexa, after this caller, then we call your day. Go ahead, Ed Maka. Let's hear you. You're the last caller. Okay, we got to go. Alexa, let's go home.
Okay, so we're going to be back here on tomorrow. But as we're going, please, to the authorities, you have to be very, very serious. For real. We cannot joke with joking in the country here. We're not looking at joking into your. We're not comedian.
Okay. Until then, until we return here on tomorrow, which is the midweek edition. My name is Sky. Alexa was here. Jerome Roosevelt, the evangelist, is also here. Until then, have yourself a wonderful
Are you still an evangelist?
Your microphone is off.
We can be better human beings.